freedom, man. That's what it's all about. You've got to groove on freedom, like the good book says.
Welcome. You are listening to What on Earth is Happening. This show will discuss the topics of human consciousness, mind control, natural law, the occult, and all issues that affect the freedom of the people of Earth. What on Earth is Happening will endeavor to shine light upon the darkness of our world and to offer empowering solutions to the problems we face as humanity approaches its critical moment of choice. And now, here is your host, Mark Passio.
Welcome, one and all. You're watching What on Earth is Happening. I'm your host, Mark Passio. My website, whatonearthishappening.com. Ladies and gentlemen, government is slavery. Always has been, is now, always will be until we decide to end it. And here on What on Earth is Happening, we are ending slavery one mind at a time. Welcome and thank you for tuning in today. Today is Sunday, March 10th, 2024. This is episode number 286 of What on Earth is Happening. And as always, What on Earth is Happening is a show of cumulative information, with the later episodes having prerequisites in knowledge that are covered in earlier episodes. So it is absolutely true that if you are a new viewer or listener to the show, you should not watch from this point forward. You should go back to episode number 1. You should listen and hear that I am telling you something that is truthful and accurate, and go back to show number 1 and listen in order. This is the main reason that people do not understand what I am saying. And let me tell you something, folks. I'm going to really try extra hard today not to really lose my shit and get really vicious with people, because I've had a brutal week that I'm not happy about. And I'm very dissatisfied with the learning process, especially of people in the so-called truth and freedom communities. I'm extraordinarily upset by your failures. I'm extraordinarily upset, disappointed, and dismayed by the level of learning that most of you guys are still at. You're still dumb as stumps. And yes, I'm going to keep saying it, and I don't give a fuck what you think about it, and I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks about it. I'm going to keep saying it because it's the truth, because your progress is deplorable. Your progress is deplorable. You are not understanding. You are not learning what is required to be learned. You do not understand why the material that I am currently covering is so important. This is why I went back to it. I went back to the topic of the unholy feminine because I felt that the entire community that I'm attempting to enlighten and I'm attempting to edify with this information poorly understands not only what the material is, but why I'm covering it. Why is it important? Why is this one of the contributions to the causal factors of the condition of the slavery of the human species? I am not covering this for my health. I am not covering this because I like or enjoy covering this information. I am not covering because this is some interest of mine. I am covering this because this is the information that people need to know to understand how the human species is being destroyed at an unbelievably accelerated pace. And you guys still don't understand. I still hear 100% nonsense drooling from your fucking loser mouths. And you speak when you are unlearned. You speak when you are unread. You speak while you are still ill-educated. You should learn to stop speaking. You should learn to listen. You should learn how to learn. And that's the problem. Is your bullshit indoctrination system, laughingly called schooling and education, taught you that your feelings and how you already think in a pre-existing way is going to somehow determine your learning process. And that's why you don't understand the material I'm covering, and you haven't understood it, and you haven't integrated it, and you haven't passed it on properly to other people. That's the reason. And that's why this snowballs. This condition just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. You're not listening because you're not in a state of present moment awareness. You don't know how to listen. You don't know how to learn. This all goes back to to present moment awareness and the trivium. The things that are still lacking in this whole fucking bullshit so-called community. We're a bullshit so-called team. We're not a team at all. It's 99.999% fucking unteachable losers. And then it's 0.001% of people who are actually enlightened fucking teachers of this information who know what they need to know and know the requirements to make freedom manifest in the world. And then the rest of people are weight upon their fucking shoulders. And people want to wonder why I'm upset, why I'm angry, why my whole fucking show is an anger festival. You want to wonder about that. You're confused. And want to know why? I want to send you back to episode number 1 because you're poor listeners. You're poor learners. I was very patient. I was very kind. I was very nice. I gave people this information, practically baby spoon feeding it to you dumb motherfuckers for the entire fucking, all of the years I've done this work. And I'm finished. I'm finished with the fucking lack of progress. I'm finished with the fucking disrespect. I'm telling people, you better... People want to joke around, think I'm playing games or I'm fucking talking shit or that I'm not the fucking... I'm an animal deep inside, held back by an act of my own will every single day from doing something devastatingly destructive to another human being's body. And I'm telling you, you want to play games with disrespecting me, you're going to find the fuck out hard how I'm the wrong one. And you want to play games, gamble, and roll on the fucking dice with that, I guarantee you're going to lose everything you fucking have. Take that for what it's worth and find the fuck out how much I'm fucking around. Because I am not fucking beyond anything that you could imagine a human being could do to another. And if you think I'm playing games, test your fucking bullshit assumption and you're going to find out how fucking wrong you are quickly. I'm really finished with this, and in a lot of ways, I think that's what a lot of people want. They don't want this information. Maybe there won't be a show today. Maybe I'll just do my fucking ads and just call it a show. I don't know, because that's how I feel. Like, why am I bothering to come on the air and teach anything? This show is accomplishing nothing, and has been, quite frankly, accomplishing nothing for years and years and years and years. Because when you're trying to reach out to the unteachable, retarded population, why bother saying a word? This is why most occultists in the past said, just keep your fucking mouth shut, let the fucking ignorant extinct the species, because they knew that's ultimately where it long-term has to go. This abomination called humanity needs to just go the fuck away. And it won't mean the consciousness will go away. It maybe we'll given an opportunity to grow in a different way, in a different place, at a different time, when we haven't been put into the total tactical disadvantage that we're in as a species. Because we are in a rut and a hole from which we are never going to dig ourselves out of. Because the will to do it isn't there. The will to truly learn and to be taught has to be present. You don't deserve, the population does not deserve me as a teacher. It does not deserve anyone like me as a teacher, quite frankly. And I don't give a fuck. You want to think that's ego? You go ahead and think whatever the fuck you want in your dumb, ill-educated state. You can think whatever the fuck you want. Turn it the fuck off if you don't want to listen to me rant. I don't give a shit. I'm telling the truth when I say most of the population does not deserve what I teach. You don't deserve the energy, you don't deserve the time, you don't deserve the effort. I'm trying to teach people that you need to learn how to do this so the burden isn't on the shoulders of a handful pulling the fucking weight of this fucking mud race. It needs to be millions of people fucking doing this work because they educated themselves and got their consciousness up to a certain level to be able to fucking teach this. One person can't make a difference doing this. They can't get the word out to enough people, and there's too many ignorant fucking moronic slaves out there that want to insist I'm not correct. That their complete level of ill-read, uneducated ignorance is as good as my fucking years and years and years of in-depth research and knowledge that is hard-won over effort and time. And they want to say, no, my feelings trump that. Go fuck yourself. Your postmodern bullshit mentality. Your feelings are shit. They're not worthy of respect. People say, you don't respect your audience. You're damn right I don't. I don't need to show anybody respect. I owe nothing to you. I owe not a fucking piece of shit to you. I do this of my own free will and of my own accord, and I owe no one. My debt is paid. I don't owe anybody a fucking thing. I'm tired of people fucking making demands, trying to extract more, trying to get more of my energy. You're fucking vampires. And I'm not giving it to you. I'm not giving it to you. I'm telling the people out there what humanity is. I'm telling you what we've become, what our condition is, that we gotta work hard to work ourselves out of. No, it's not nature. This is the other thing setting me the fuck off. The countless hours I'm trying to express to the dumb fucking ignorant mud slaves out there how there is a complete delineation and distinction if you fucking listen and learn, and if you fucking turn on even the slightest bit of discernment between true nature versus a condition that people have been worked into. How much of the crux of my material has been about this. The crux of my material has been about the difference between the natural versus the artificial. The natural or the actual nature of a thing versus the condition, the artificial condition that it has been worked into through mind control and epigenetics. I've explained this to people endlessly. It's not sinking in. Because they're too dumb to understand it. It's the Dunning-Kruger effect. I'm talking to a fucking retarded person. I'm talking to a complete fucking retarded species that is incapable of learning because they're too fucked up. That's where we're at. One person can't do that. We need 1,000,000 fucking teachers, and we don't have them. We don't have them, or we're never going to have them. We're never going to have them because you guys are too fucking dumb to understand what needs to be done. You can't see it from a higher level, way above the fucking floor of the house perspective. You need to see it from a complete systems level perspective. And you're not intelligent enough to do that. That's the bottom line. And the occultists know it. The dark occultists who run this fucking whole planet know how dumb you are. And they're right, and they're going to fucking extinct you. That's where humanity's heading, and you could shut the fucking show off right there. You don't need to hear one fucking thing after that. I could tell you all the ways they're doing it, and they told me that I could tell you all the ways that they're doing it, and you wouldn't fucking listen because you're too fucking dumb. They told me this, and they were correct. They were correct, and you're fucking wrong. And I was wrong about what I thought that the fucking people out there were capable of. I was wrong, and the dark occultists were correct. The Satanists who told me that I was incorrect about that were right. And I was wrong. There's my confession and admission, okay? And to my former colleagues, thank you for telling me the truth. You were correct, and I was wrong. Do you see how easy it is to do that, folks? It's not that hard. It's hard for you, because you're dumb fucking monkey fucking garbage wrapped in some sewage fucking body that can't say the fucking powerful phrase, I was wrong. You can't say the lost phrase. You're incapable of it, because you're trapped in satanic ego mindset. See, I can say I was wrong. You guys can't. That's why most people are incapable of learning my material. Because you can't say I was wrong. You can't say I was duped. You can't say they got one over on me. You can't say the existing mindset that I have has been given to me. You can't say I exist in a little fucking narrow box where my consciousness is contained and I don't consider anything outside of that. How many people, after I explained all the fucking mechanisms of how they do this, still write to me to say, it's just nature, Mark. That's just the natural world. That's just nature. You're trying to argue with nature. My whole fucking show, since day one, all of my material has been about the acceptance of nature, has been that nature is always correct, has been stop trying to fight what nature is and delineate between the natural and the artificial. What is nature? What is the condition? What is a condition that someone can be worked into versus what their actual internal, inherent nature in the universe is? And you guys are just too stupid to understand. You're just too stupid to understand. That's all it comes down to. You'll never understand. You will die in a state of ignorance because you're so fucking satanically hard-headed. They've done such a number on your fucking psyche that you'll never come out of that condition, and that's what they were trying to tell me. And they were right. So, you prove me wrong, and I'll come back later when this is fully integrated and learned, and I'll say I was wrong and you guys were capable. I'll acknowledge that. But right now, that's not the case. Right now, that what the Satanists told me was correct, and humanity is truly incapable of learning what they're doing to them. When I get people who are the people who are going to be hurt the worst by this system of mind control and epi-eugenic enslavement, epi-eugenic modification. They're hurt the worst by it. They're devastated and disadvantaged the worst by it. They're the people who will come to me and say, no, you're wrong, I'm right, when they've studied zero and I've studied the totality of it. Imagine this. This is what I put up with every fucking goddamn week. And I told people around me, I want to be insulated from the dumb. Form a fucking protective barrier and insulate me from the dumb. You know? But no, that's next to impossible to do. Because of how many there are. It's just throngs of fucking retarded zombies. That's all it is. That's all it is. And I'm going to say it, and I'm going to vent, and I'm going to fucking get it out, and I'm going to express it, and fuck you if you don't like it. Shut the fuck off. I'm not interested in opinions. I don't care what you think of me. I don't care about what you think of my teaching style. Keep it to your fucking self. Keep it to yourself. I'm not interested. Talk about the fucking information. Talk about the topic. Talk about the material at hand. Stop making it about me. I've told you from the beginning, I'm not the person who's important. I'm trying to give you a fucking 10 million mile view of the human condition. And you're too fucking satanically enthralled within the ego to fucking realize what I've been trying to help you to learn. Which is why, again, I may have to reformulate what I do. I've been saying this for years. I probably need to reformulate what I do here on What on Earth is Happening. And maybe I need to do this show once a month. Maybe. I don't know. But I haven't made it public. The other things that I'm dealing with in life, which is quite frankly is more important than this. This should be completely secondary, or I maybe shouldn't even be here today. And there's far more important things going on in my personal life right now that I should be dealing with and attending to. And I'm here doing this bullshit that is meaningless, quite frankly, that isn't helping, quite frankly. It's not helping, and I don't know if it's ever going to help. Which is why I don't even care if I get to the material. I'm going to fucking vent for as long as I want. Quite frankly, most people don't deserve the material I've been covering, and they don't deserve the material I would cover. And the people who think that they want to learn more and that it is good and that they like what I do when I cover material, you should start working on the fucking people who are still fucking ignorant morons. You guys should stop being in the mindset, I need to get more from Mark every day, and start getting into the mindset, I need to fucking influence my fellow human beings every day to improve themselves and not be as dumb as they currently are. And that's the problem with all the people who do nothing with podcasts like this, but endlessly watch, take in, and you're not putting out. You're not putting the information out into the world. You're not actually trying to educate other people. You're not trying to change the human condition. You're just selfish motherfuckers in a state of gimme, which is Satanism. That's all it is. No fucking mindset for trying to improve others. Because you guys are still fucked up. You haven't done the shadow work. You haven't fucking done the self-improvement work. You haven't really put yourselves into alignment with true spirituality. This is why I'm so angry and upset. I'm around nothing but losers. I'm around fucking a loser team who's never going to win. You're never going to meet the requirements because you're too fucking much of losers. You don't know how to win. You don't know how to learn. You don't know how to pay attention. You don't know how to fucking really truly grow. You don't know how to align your behavior to natural law. You don't know how to influence others. You don't know how to you have no life skills. You have no tech skills. You have no skills. Period. You don't know how to do anything because you're fucking babies. You never grew up out of a fucking childhood condition to be a fucking real adult. This is what almost every single person is a dumb fucking baby. I'm tired of living around nothing but fucking dumb children who have no skill sets to fight the enemy. And fuck you for telling me not to get angry about that situation. Fuck you. Shut your fucking mouth. Keep it to your fucking self. I'm not interested in your fucking dumb opinion. It's your dumb opinion. It's not the fact. The fact is, my rage is the proper emotional response for being kept in a state of slavery whereby the other fucking people who are also slaves don't even give a shit. That's the correct emotional response. There's nothing wrong or broken in me. There's something wrong and broken in you. Let's get that fucking clear and straight in everybody's mind. I'm not the problem. The problem is that people aren't enraged at slavery and doing what they need to do to meet the requirements to end it. They don't even understand they're contributing to their own enslavement through what they think. And this topic, the unholy feminine, is such a gigantic aspect in this. It's so deeply intertwined and interconnected into the core causal factors of what happened to humanity in our origin story. What happened in our ancient past? How did this condition come about? And people still can't see that that's ultimately what I'm trying to get you to fucking look at and trying to fucking educate you about. And you'll say, in all of the study that I've done over the year, and you don't even know the amount of study I've done. You think cosmic abandonment, what I put out into the world through cosmic abandonment, even in the extended version on the podcast, is the extent that I know about the topic? You are out of your fucking mind if you think that. I know so much, infinitely more about this area of research because of the amount that I've fucking taken in, read, educated myself on, studied, watched, listened, learned, that I couldn't teach it if I lived 1,000 years. I couldn't exhaust the fucking topic. We can make 10 whole fucking podcast series on the topic. And this is the point. People will then say, I don't know what I'm talking about, when I've done all of that research and data gathering and pouring through all of that information, and they've done zero of that and are speaking out of a completely ill-educated, uninformed opinion, and then say that their completely ignorant opinion is better than my fucking years of research. Imagine, this is how fucking satanically fucked up the average moron of this world is. And people want to say, why are you so angry, Mark? You're just as dumb as these other motherfuckers, if you even dare to ask that question. Just as dumb. And I'll call you fucking dumb, and I'll call you a fucking retard. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. You don't understand freedom of speech and expression. If you want somebody else to shut up when it makes you uncomfortable with the words that they say, you don't want to fucking hear it. It makes you uncomfortable because you know they're true. And you know you're full of shit. You're full of shit. You don't want to hear the truth. I'm laying the truth out because I have the balls to do it and you don't. That's the real fucking street shit on that fucking matter, boys and girls. Let's get that straight in both of our fucking minds before we do anything. And so I'll talk right back to people with the ego that they bring to me. Get on explaining this topic to people. Get on getting it straight in your mind and helping other people to get it straight in their mind because it's that important. And if you don't think so, it means you haven't looked into it. If you don't think so, what it is you're one of the fucking people that believes that your other little area of fucking interest dictates the response of everything in the world and is going to be the ultra solution. And again, I'm not moving into the material. I'm going to rant as long as I want. And let me explain this to people. Here's what people do. They look into an area of research and they think, oh my God, this is the most important thing in the history of the planet. This is the thing that everybody doesn't understand but me, and I need to fucking get this out there to people, and I need to make this the crux of everything. I need to make this the most important thing. And it's usually on something that's complete bullshit, like flat earth or Tartaria or growing your own food, or any number of things, or the latest crypto. We're gonna utilize some Ethereum program, altcoin, and that's going to solve all of humanity's problems, or AI, or whatever. It doesn't matter. It could be any of billions of things. You know, I mean, people in the past would tell me, "Oh yeah." There's going to be a device that's made And it's going to run our cars on free energy and our households, and that's it. That's going to be everything. What morality? We don't need to look into that at all. As long as people have the resources and energy that they need, they'll suddenly just magically become good people. We won't have anything to worry about. This is how completely stupid people think, ladies and gentlemen. All you have to understand is occult symbolism, and that's it. Once you can read their symbols, that's it. You're completely enlightened and you know everything about the world. Once we understand occult numerology, that's it. You're completely enlightened. That's all you need to know about the world. Once you understand, this is how the occult works within the lodge system, and you understand, this is how Freemasons get people to do favors for others in their little clique or their little group. Well, you've completely decoded the world, and you don't need to know anything else. I mean, imagine. And then where is morality left in all of this? It's put on the back burner. It's kicked out the fucking back door. It's not even an issue. It's not even a thought. It's not even a concern. And we think we could ever win. We, in our total dumb-ass ignorance, actually believes in a state of people thinking thoughts like that, humanity could ever possibly win against the opponent that we are up against. Delusion. 100% complete delusional thought, which is why evil keeps beating us. We have distorted thinking. We have low information. We have low intelligence. Most people don't care. Most people don't act. Most people have no skill sets through which to act in the proper capacity. How do people expect me to continue to work with a complete shit team? This is the disadvantage that you get thrown into as a spiritual teacher in this world. You're thrown in, the condition is slavery. Go do something about it. What do I have to work with? You got a bunch of dumb, retarded shit apes to work with. Great, wonderful. That's going to do a lot. That's going to help. That's going to move the ball down the field. Not only dumb, look, it's okay to be stupid. It's not okay to remain stupid. You can recognize your condition of stupidity and work to come out of it. This is the problem. And you know how many people have ever written to me to say, to acknowledge, I was really fucking dumb. And then I worked through an act of my own will and effort and worked myself out of that condition of stupidity. I'm telling you, in all the years I've ever done this, maybe 3 people ever have written to me to say that. And I don't care. I don't even care. I'm not about you writing to me. Don't even bother. Understand it. Teach it to others. Get involved. Do something. Act. People have not heard the main cruxes of my message. The main cruxes of my message are: learn the causal factors of the human condition. Learn the difference between the truly natural and the artificial or the mentally constructural versus the natural or nature. Delineate and discern between those two things. They are not the same. I still have imbeciles writing to me or posting on social media. You're just going against nature, Mark. That's just the way things are. After I've just spent fucking 20 hours explaining to you how and why it's not nature. How and why it's all conditioning. How and why it's all social engineering. How and why it's all mind control. And I still have morons who obviously haven't actually listened to the data that I've presented tell me I'm going against nature. No, you're a moron who believes that things that are socially conditioned are actually nature doing it. That's called moronic lack of intelligence. That's called being a dumb person who willfully wants to remain a fucking dumb imbecile. That's who I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with people who want to actually learn, who want to change their unread, uneducated, ill-informed opinion on a topic by doing the research required to understand it and coming up out of their fucking dunce-level ignorance. Those people I can respect. I'm not talking to you. If you've done that process, wonderful. If you truly have identified the cruxes of the problem, that we have to go back to the causal factors of what led us into the condition, that we have to delineate and discern between what is truly natural versus the artificial and the constructural. And then the third crux of what I've been teaching all these years, which almost everybody ignores, is action is required. This isn't about just what you know, it's about what you do with what you know. And it's not sinking in. I could say it in a billion different ways. I could break it down as simply as it could be broken down. It's not being received because we're dealing with shit apes. We're dealing with beings that aren't prima materia. You can't make gold from shit. You can't fucking shine shit. All you're going to do is rub it off on your fucking hands, get it in your fucking eyes, and cause a fucking infection. You can't shine shit. And that's what we're working with. We're working now with such a degraded species that they're just a shit race that is going to remain a shit race until, mercifully, they're extincted, which is what I almost pray for daily. Again, I joke around, but I'm not really joking. I pray for the mercy comet. God, please hurl a rock at this fucking planet. Hurl a fucking rock real hard and fast. I mean, make it a Nolan Ryan 104 mile an hour fastball. You know? Don't give us the lefty Steve Carlton big slider. Give us the Nolan Ryan 104 mile an hour fastball. That's what we need, a rock hurled at this fucking planet like that. And too bad for all the animals. I wish they could share a fate independent of ours. But unfortunately, since we were, allowed to be here and be the ostensible stewards of this planet, we fucked that up so bad that unfortunately we're going to take the animal kingdom that's at least here in this little pocket of the universe with us. And that's sad. That's really the only ones that I have any empathy or mercy for. And that's the other thing. People daring to tell me that I don't have empathy toward the whole human condition. I may not have empathy for the dumb. The dumb don't deserve empathy, number one. The willfully ignorant don't deserve empathy. Willful ignorance is evil. And if you don't understand that, you don't understand true spirituality. My life is an act of empathy. I don't have to do this. I never had to do this. I never owed anybody a fucking thing. I did this out of my own empathy for the human condition and out of empathy for the truth needing a voice. My life is an act of empathy. All my years of work is an act of empathy. Don't dare tell me that I'm some fucking psychopath without empathy. I don't need any empathy for the willfully dumb. I don't need any empathy for the willfully lazy. I don't need any empathy for the willfully cowardly. Get up off your ass, improve yourself, and help others to improve the overall human condition. It isn't rocket science, and not to do it is to remain not only fucking dumb, lazy, ignorant, apathetic, unwillful, cowardly, it's evil. And if you don't understand that, you don't understand spirituality, not one fucking tiny little bit. I'm not going to tolerate the disrespect of being told that what my entire life is not what it is. Just like I'm not going to be told my experiences in life weren't what they are. You don't know me. You don't know who I am. You don't know what the fuck I do. You don't know where I've been. You don't know the rooms and the people that I've been in and with and working with. You know none of it. You know exactly fucking a big goose egg bowl of shit. Zero is what you know about Mark Passio. And you prove every day you don't know anything about any of the information that I've been talking about all these years when people talk like that. Get over yourself. Get over your fucking ego. It's not about me anyway. Worry about you. Worry about what empathy you have for the truth. Worry about what empathy you have for the human condition. And then act. And get off of the bullshit New Age satanic spirituality. Again, another crux of my whole teaching over all the many years I've been doing this is they're giving us false spirituality that come right from the Satanist strongholds and their positions. It's coming right from them. I was with them and they told me, they gave me the fucking playbook, they told me about all the fake fucking spirituality, so-called spirituality that they were gonna just spew out there for all the dumb motherfuckers to fucking latch onto like a fucking religion. It is a religion. It's not like a religion. It is a poison religion. You know? And people still can't see it. They still want to say, don't tell anybody that they're dumb. Don't tell anybody they're ignorant or lazy or cowardly. How dare you? You should never say you should to somebody. You should just let all the ignorance go about completely unabated and unchallenged. Yeah, that's done a lot of great stuff, right? All this fake compassion, because you want to be perceived as a compassionate, empathetic, loving individual, so flowery, so wonderful. You can never say a bad word in a harsh tone of voice to any other motherfucker. You're a fucking fake piece of bullshit. You're a bullshitty bullshitter, is what you are. Fake ass motherfucker. Fake spirituality. You got not 1 ounce of fucking real spirituality street cred. Not a fucking piss in a pot of it. Okay? You get your ass clapped out in a real fucking fight. You get your ass knocked the fuck out and clapped the fuck out. You're not fighting anybody. You're not even putting up any fucking resistance. You're accepting their satanic fucking ego and engaging in what the Rosicrucian tradition has traditionally called Luciferian spirituality. There's no spirituality in that. That's right-hand path bullshit. Just like left-hand path satanic bullshit that I'm trying to explain is the Neo-Feminism fucking mindset. It's all Satanism. It's all complete, utter nonsense, communist beliefs, socialist beliefs. Yeah, it's everything that the movie Poor Things talks about, which I'm going to encourage people. Watch this freak-ass movie. It's a wild ride. It's crazy. It's a mind trip. It's a mind fuck. But guess what? You know what you'll get out of it if you really understand the allegory? This is where Neo-Feminism is going to take you. This is exactly highlighting what I'm talking about. And I don't think that's why it's put out, quite frankly. It's not put out to show you the end result. It's there to glorify the end result. It's there to put Neo-Feminism into the mind, to inject it as a poison. And then portray the main character as being, so empathetic to the poor that she breaks down in tears and just has to reevaluate her whole worldview about what she was taught by evil men. The whole idea that it's men, that it's a patriarchy, this is the crux of neo-feminist mentality. The whole idea, it's all going to be dictated by our feelings. This is postmodernism, Satanism, Marxism. People, I'm telling you, they have to understand what I cover in Two Masks. And I'm almost there. Folks, you got to understand how much work I need to be doing. And I'm constantly facing more distraction. No technical help. I have help, yes. My helpers, thank you for everything that you do to help. I have so much technical work to do to get this stuff made, converted, packaged, all the art, making the gifts area product, and put all those images up. It's so time consuming, and I'm dealing with family issues right now. I am dealing with things that I have a different and other responsibility to. And there's no mercy, none at all, being shown to me by anybody or anything. It's just, let's punch down on this motherfucker. Let's punch fucking down on him. Punch down on this motherfucker while he's already down. That's what it is. Punch down, insult, disrespect, add more to his plate, put him in a worse fucking mind frame than he's already in. People don't see it because they're not around me. They don't see what I need to do. They don't see what I have to do. They don't see what I do on a daily basis. They don't see all the effort that I expend. They see none of it. Even the people who are occasionally here don't see what I do when they're not. Let's move into the slides. Thank you to Will Keller, who is a person who learned and grew and acquired skill sets and put out information and is affecting people on his own and attempting to educate his fellow men and women. Thank you, Will. Thank you for the artwork that you do on a weekly basis for the title cards from my show. I appreciate it. We're in part 8 of this series that who knows if we'll even finish it this season. We're on a 3-hour format this season. I don't know how long that'll continue. Quite frankly, like I said, I really need to reevaluate my life at this point. I need to reevaluate what my efforts have amounted to. And quite frankly, I feel like they've amounted to one fucking ball of shit that I don't really see why I say a word anymore. I don't understand why I bother to say a word. And quite frankly, it's because like I've worked myself into a situation that sort of requires me to keep going, and that's almost fucking sad to me. You know, that's aggravating me. We're still on a 6-month schedule for the live show January through June, after which I teach the How to Become the True Media seminar starting in July. I'm thinking maybe I just need to teach 2 How to Become the True Media seminars yearly and not worry about the live show. Maybe this aspect of what on earth is happening needs to just go the fuck away, because I don't know what good it's doing, if any. Maybe I'll just make my whole effort trying to make other teachers and not bothering to try to enlighten anybody, because I don't know how much people can be enlightened. I just think they don't have the skill sets, they don't have the innate intelligence, they don't have the drive or the willpower to truly educate themselves. They want to believe the nonsense, bullshit, religious beliefs that they want to believe, and they want to stay latched onto those beliefs. And that also means what you think about human nature. That's a religion. It also means what you think about money. That's a religion. It also means what you think about solutions. That's a religion. When they're false solutions, or they're only ancillary little add-ons to the true solution, which is truly understanding real morality and teaching it to others. That's the only solution. There is no other solution. Natural law, true morality, objective morality, and teaching that to others is the only solution to human slavery. All of the dumb, stupid, fucking mud ape morons called cops and military fucks need to be taught real morality so that they're not so fucking dumb and ill-educated as fucking children to go and join these evil fucking cock-sucking institutions. And all the people who want to prop them up as heroes, they're bags of fucking dog shit. They're not heroes. They're dumb fucking weaklings. They're true cowards. You're dumb, unintelligent cowards. You're order followers. What the fuck? How could that be good? How could that be intelligent? How could that be truly caring? You're dumb fucking pieces of fucking dog shit, and anybody that believes in your fucking monkey ass is doing the right fucking thing. They're dumb pieces of dog shit. And I'm gonna say it just like that so you can understand, and I'll hit your ego to ego. It doesn't matter. It's still true. It's never not gonna be true. It'll remain true from now through all of eternity. Because morality doesn't change. It's locked into nature. You can't change morality. You can only change the human condition to go from either moral to immoral or from immoral to moral. That's possible to change if you exert enough will and do the required actions. It is not possible to change what morality is. That's why I can make a blanket statement that all order followers are bad people. It will always be true. It will never not be true. That's what nature is versus a condition, which you can be worked into or you can be worked out of. The nature of a thing is not its condition. The condition of a thing is not its nature. You need to get that fucking clear, all the fucking morons out there. This is the part that they want to brainwash you into, is to think that the condition is nature and it can never be changed. Before we get into the slides today, I'm going to start, maybe I could pull some serenity for myself into this by reading The True Prayer of Serenity by Reinhold Niebuhr. Because it's so different than the fake prayer of serenity that people might not even recognize it as the prayer of serenity. Because this is what Satanists do. This is what people who want to obfuscate. It's one of their main methods of mind control that we covered over 13 years ago. The method of mind control known as obfuscation. Taking something and confusing it in people's minds so that they don't truly understand the principle or the concept. And the biggest thing that is confused is nature versus conditioning. And people still haven't heard that message. They haven't incorporated it. They haven't truly integrated it into their makeup. Why is this so difficult for people? And I'm going to tell you why. When you're in a mindset, that's just how things are. You can't do anything about that. It means to that person, they don't have to do anything about it. Do you see? They're attempting to abdicate their own personal responsibility to come to bring knowledge into themselves regarding a condition. So that then they're in an empowered position of responsibility to do something to change that condition. They don't want that. They want no part of that. That's why they want to believe that all of these conditions are quote unquote nature. They are not nature. They're not the nature of humanity. They're not the nature of that thing. They are a condition it has been worked into. That's why it's so difficult for the satanically ensnared ego to just give in to the temptation to say, that's just human nature, Mark. Why are you trying to fight against human nature? You're so fucking uneducated. It's painful to anybody that really realizes the truth of the matter. You're a drain on humanity. You're an energy vampire. You're just sucking and sucking and sucking and sucking and never contributing anything back. You're a weight on people's shoulders. You're a weight on their ankles, dragging them down into the same bullshit morass that your dumb ass is in. You're not helping. This is hurting other people. You are putting out poison into the field. I'm not putting out poison into the field by how angry I am at your stupidity. I'm angry that you're hurting people. You're hurting others. You're hurting yourself. You're not contributing to the solution. You're making it worse. That's why I'm angry. Don't claim I'm poisoning the field of energy and the field of fucking consciousness. No, I'm not. I'm speaking the truth. I may be speaking it harshly, and that's what this world needs. I'm doing what I'm charged to do by the will of creation. I've stepped into that will and slipstream. You have not. That's the problem. That's the problem. Once again, let's get it real fucking clear up here. Let's get it clear in the mind. That's the issue. Not my anger. Leave my anger the fuck out of your mouth, quite frankly. Take it the fuck out of your mouth. You don't need to talk about my anger. My anger is perfectly justified. My anger is perfectly the way that it should be based on the situation. Take my anger, which you know nothing about, out of your fucking mouth. Take my fucking personality, which you truly know nothing about because you don't know me in life. You're not my fucking friend. Take it out of your fucking mouth. Take my fucking teaching method out of your fucking mouth. If you don't like it, keep it to your fucking self. Go spout it somewhere else. I'm not interested. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I don't give a fuck whether you don't like it. You don't like it? Go do your own thing. Don't listen. Don't come here for the information. Don't come here for my fucking rant. I'll rant when I want. I'll present when I want. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. You're not going to control my speech or teaching style. We now simulcast on 10 platforms. What on earth is happening? One Great Work Network, Telegram, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, X, Rumble, Odyssey, and DLive. How to become the true media. Quite frankly, this is my main operation these days. Okay? Quite honestly. Quite honestly, I think I should try to just transition to how to become the true media and not bother with really teaching. I shouldn't bother with teaching. I should focus on just making other teachers. Helping other teachers, potential teachers, whether they're going to be good teachers or mediocre teachers or whatever, just to put the tool sets in their hands to be able to do something like this. That, to me, I feel is better served than talking to morons who are never going to understand because they're just too fucking dumb. You've been beaten into a condition of stupidity from which you will never be able to escape. That's what your owners and masters, the Satanists of this world, have done to most people. You are too dumb to understand how dumb you are. That is called the Dunning-Kruger effect. The Dunning-Kruger effect means that the extraordinarily uneducated cannot understand their own stupidity and erroneously believe that they're actually more intelligent than they really are. And they insist that the people who are trying to tell them you don't have the information you need, you don't have the content that you require to understand this complex dynamic, they will look at them and say, no, it is you who is ignorant. It is you who is actually stupid, even though they know infinitely more than these dumbasses. And they will say to those people, you're the problem. My ignorance is not the problem. You're the problem. That's what I am encountering in the attempting to teach the material that I teach. People are telling me I'm the problem. I don't know the answer. And in their completely uninformed opinion, based on their feelings, without having researched one fucking thing about one fucking thing that I'm saying, that they know more than I do. That's why I really can't take that disrespect. And I know maybe they're doing that to try to get me to stop. But guess what? This is what the world is filled with. It doesn't matter why they're doing it. I try to explain to people it doesn't matter why people would do this. They're willing to do it. There's this many people willing to do this. That tells you all you need to know about where we're at as a species. You don't need to know one more fucking thing. If people are trying to take me out of doing this, think about what they are. think about the whole fucking species, if this is what humanity is. And indeed it is what we are as a species in the aggregate. So I don't know. I really have to reevaluate what I want my life to be and where I want it to go. Because what on earth is happening has not really been working out for a long, long, long time. And don't dare presume to tell me why. Don't dare to presume to tell me because it's about events that happened in my life that you know exactly zero about. You don't know me. You don't know what has happened in my life. You don't know what level of shadow work, integration, working through that I've done. Don't tell me where my anger comes from. You know exactly shit about Mark Passio just because you've listened to me, watched my presentations, watched my podcast, what fucking ever. You know exactly zero about me, you little shit. And that's anybody who has ever tried to talk shit or tried to say that you know what's going on in my mind. You know exactly nothing about me, fuck face. Don't try to fucking tell me that you do, and keep the personal shit about me out of your fucking mouth. I'll talk about the ignorant, and it's true. And no, I don't need to keep the fucking ignorant qualities of other people out of my mouth. That's what's enslaving everybody, morons. This is the problem, is you haven't identified what characteristics of human beings are putting them into enslavement, putting us all into enslavement, and you're not working on improving those characteristics in yourself or in them. So maybe, I'm not saying definitely, but maybe this will be the last season of What on Earth is Happening. And I will do, starting next year, 2 What on Earth is Happening courses, 6 months each. 2 How to Become the True Media courses, 6 months each. Maybe that's just a better use of my time, is to teach the How to Become the True Media seminar twice a year, instead of trying to do this nonsense. How to Become the True Media 2024. Enrollment is racing toward us. I think we have, 3 weeks left until enrollment hits on April 1st. This is an intensive 23-week technology skill set sharing seminar hosted on the Telegram platform every Monday evening from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, from Monday, July 8th to Monday, December 9th, 2024, for a total of 23 class sessions. I'm going to get into the curriculum in a moment. There is very limited space, not very limited, but there will be limited enrollment space available for all of these seminars, and enrollment will open Monday, April 1st, 2024 at midnight Eastern time. The website is howtobecomthetruemedia.com, which I'm going to go to right now and read some of the other aspects of the seminar and characteristics of it. This year, I will still be charging to attend the seminar a $523.93 private donation. That is the enrollment fee, the enrollment donation. So this works on a private donation basis. You can make a private donation to me, and then I will enroll you into this seminar that acts as a private seminar. Again, enrollment is a private donation of $523.93 to attend all 23 classes. I will be raising that next year, and it will go above $600 next year. I have to do that because of inflation. I have to do that because of, quite frankly, the amount of time and material and effort that I expend into this. It cannot, with the changing and diminishing value of the unit of currency that we use here in the United States called the US dollar, I cannot continue to offer it at that rate anymore as of next year. So this will be the last time How to Become the True Media is offered at this donation enrollment rate. The accepted donation methods will be Cash App, GPay, Wise, Zelle, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, Litecoin, Stellar, Monero, Theta, and Dash, cryptocurrencies, or old school methods, personal check or money order mailed to me, which quite frankly, many people took me up on last year and donated via check or money order, and that's fine. Internet enrollment for this seminar will open, just all enrollment will open April 1st at midnight. Here are the skill sets that will be taught at a beginner and intermediate skill level: operating system skills, file systems and disk formatting, file and folder management on a personal computer, workflow and best practices, word processing and publishing, internet and networking basics, how to search the web and the dark web, graphic design, print publishing, how to build presentations, audio editing and publishing, video editing and publishing, live streaming, web authoring and publishing, internet sharing and collaboration, media hardware and equipment, among many other things. Namely, life skills will be taught in this seminar. How to develop certain life skills that unfortunately our parents dropped the ball at imparting to us. How to truly pay attention. How to be in the present moment while you're attempting to learn. How to not think about other things while you're attempting to learn. How to stop having mental chatter or voice chatter go on in your space and your environment while you're attempting to learn. How to become organized as an individual. How to organize your digital environment. Never giving up, exercising persistence. How to identify the best ways of doing something instead of ways that consume tons of energy. This is why I personally have to reevaluate what on earth is happening. Is this worth the energy that is put into it? Or is my energy best spent elsewhere? Because, quite frankly, I've really reevaluated where the ability to teach people lies. And, does that color how to become the true media? I don't know. Maybe I just need to bow out and take a long hiatus from attempting to teach. Maybe I just need to tag out and give other people a chance and give them a shot at it. Maybe they'll do better. But quite frankly, I don't believe in this notion of don't get angry at the ignorant. Don't get angry at people who have proven to you time and time and time and time again that they are completely determined to remain still and in the exact same place that they were before they claim to even try to start learning the information that you're trying to give them. You guys, 99% of you guys haven't moved. You haven't budged one fucking micrometer. You haven't, let alone think you've budged a mile. You haven't budged one micron. That's how fucking poor learners you are. That's how much you don't have the life skills necessary. That's how much you don't have the characteristics necessary. You're just not good students. There's nothing incorrect, wrong, or inappropriate about the way that I teach. I, quite frankly, am the best moral educator that has probably ever existed in the history of this species. And if you don't think so, I don't care. That's not an egotistical statement. That's the truth of the fucking matter. You can hear ego in that all you want. It's still the reality of the situation. No one has taught natural law and morality to the extent and the clarity and the breaking it down into the very simple building blocks that it needs to be absorbed by any human being on this planet. No one has done that to the effectiveness of Mark Passio. And once again, if you don't think so, not only are you incorrect, that's your own ego bullshit talking, and no, I don't need to be humble about that. Fuck you and your false humility taught to you by your New Age Satanism bullshit religion. That's not That's not any way to really interact with people, is with false humility. I know that I know nothing. I'm not that great. I'm not that wonderful. I've done this to a level that no one ever has. The end. And I'm going to say it out in the open without any false humility about it for one reason and one reason only, because it's true. That's it. And if you're taught some bullshit nonsense not to fucking be honest about where your actual ability is and lies, you've bought into bullshit New Age Satanism. That's all that is. That's all it'll ever be. This is the problem with false spirituality, false spiritual teachers, people who don't get real streetwise spirituality. Once again, this is street level shit. This is just coming out and saying and calling something what it actually is and telling the truth about it. Even though you may stomp all over somebody's fucking feelings, that doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. I don't need to tailor my delivery style to your fucking ignorant ass baby-fied feelings. No, I do not. No does anyone else. The truth is the truth is the truth is the truth is the truth and will remain the fucking truth for all eternity. Your ego is the problem, not my delivery method of speaking the truth. Fuck you if you think so, you're wrong. Fuck you if you think so, you bought into some bullshit New Age belief or postmodernism feels are all that matters. You're the fucking problem, not me. Let's get it clear. Let's set the record fucking straight. Let's tell the truth about that. That's the truth about the matter. So I'm going to read the caveats here for how to become the true media. And once again, you don't like any of this stuff? I don't care. Go fuck yourself. This is how it's going to work because it belongs to me. You want to go do your seminar? Go do it the way you want it. This is mine. I'll run it how I want. I'll stop it when I want. I'll modify it as I want. It doesn't belong to you. That's what natural law is. Learn what belongs to you. Learn what doesn't belong to you. If you don't like it, you're not enslaved to it. You're free to go do whatever you want. Don't tell me how to run my operation. Go run your fucking operation the way you want to run it. This is what babies do. Most people are babies that I just want the way I want. I don't want everything the way I want it. I just want people to realize what aggression is and stop doing it and stop condoning it. Stop fucking stepping on my rights or anybody's rights. That's not hard. This is nursery school shit, folks. This isn't even fucking university level. This isn't fucking high level education. This is nursery school. You're in nursery school and you're still too fucking retarded to pass that class. Here's the caveats for the seminar. In perpetuity. This doesn't just apply to this year, this applies to forever. So learn how it works and then adjust your perceptions to that and your behavior to that. Because this doesn't belong to you, it belongs to me. And if you don't like it, go do something else. And I'm telling you that before I ask for anybody's enrollment. I don't care if no one enrolls. You know, if no one enrolls, I can't collect resources to even continue this operation. So if you don't want to enroll, definitely all of it goes away. I'll just sell my fucking house and go move in with fucking family, and that'll be the end of all my operations. And I'll just go back to being some fucking schmo from the Philly area. Doesn't matter to me. I've done what I needed to do. I could die in this chair right now, and I've done what I needed to do. Most people can never say that. They couldn't say that if they lived 1,000 lifetimes because they're lazy, weak bags of shit who don't actually find what their fucking purpose is and then do it. They never step into doing the will. They don't even understand what that means. I'm going to do a few things on the fly today. I don't care if I get to slides. So here's the caveats for the How to Become the True Media seminar. In perpetuity. This is a private seminar that is open to those who make a private enrollment donation. That's how it works. I'm not charging you. I'm not engaged in commerce. This isn't a sale. This isn't, I'm not operating through a store. Okay. This is me offering you knowledge that I have. I will attempt to educate you based on my expert level knowledge regarding these topics. And I will accept a private donation in return for those efforts. That's how it works. Each private donation is for one student invitation to the seminar. Each student must enroll separately. In return for your private donation, you will receive a private invitation to attend the seminar. There are no enrollment discounts. There are no donation plans over time. Don't ask me, can I pay half today and half before enrollment? No. Save it all, donate it all at once. That's it. Don't write to ask me, I don't have all of the donation enrollment. Can I give you $200 instead of $523.93? No. It's complete because I'm not making any exceptions for people, or I'd have to make it for all. It's not fair. I'm going to run this in a fair capacity and treat everyone equally. There are no partial enrollment donations. There are no enrollment date extensions. Don't ask for, can I enroll in August? Can I pay you in August while the seminar is still going on? No. Enroll in a timely fashion. You have 3 months to enroll. You have 3 months to save up the money. If you can't plan for something 90 days in advance of it, the problem lies with you. It doesn't lie with me, my methods, my ways that I want to run my own operation. I'm not an asshole. You're the problem. You're the asshole. Okay? Grow up. Stop being a baby. Understand this is just how it works. This is just how it works. This is the way I've created it. This is the nature of the thing. You see, to use discernment to differentiate between the way that it actually is, this is how I've made it. Just like the Creator made the universe. That's the way He made it. That's it. That's the way it is. I've made these conditions this way. That's the way that it is. So, don't ask for these things. It's rude. This is what your parents didn't teach you. It's rude. You're being a rude child who wasn't truly educated by their parents for asking these things. When I'm placing it here and telling you I'm not accepting these conditions, don't ask. I don't want to have to write to anybody to point them to this site. Why did I put the website up? Did I put the website up because I just feel like, hey, this will be a really cool thing to do and it'll really improve my mood? Can you mute my mic for a second, please? I'm sorry, folks. I'm very on edge and distracted, and I don't need to have more distraction. So, let me go back to where I was. Learn how not to be a rude child. Be an adult that understands socially how to behave. How to just do things that are social ways that show other people that you have respect for them as an individual, that you don't disrespect them or their work, and that you just try to not be an asshole. It's not hard, folks. Like I said, this is nursery school shit. This is nursery school shit that we're still in a sea of people that can't just be cool with each other and not be assholes with each other because your parents fucked your mind up and the media fucked your mind up and the social engineers fucked your mind up and your priests fucked your mind up and your school teachers fucked your mind up. You need to it's not your fault that any of those things happen, but it is your duty and your responsibility to unfuck your mind. No matter how long that went on for, no matter who did it, no matter who contributed to it, no matter how much trauma you suffered by it, get over it and heal it and become a true responsible adult. See, the difference between that is that's the past. The trauma that is continuously being heaped upon people who are held in the duress of human slavery is continuing actively to happen in the present moment. That's why don't tell me, heal yourself of your anger, Mark. This is not something that is in the past. This is something that is actively traumatizing me and countless other people. People have to stop doing the behaviors that are continuously leading to a continuous expression of anger. Somebody who is being beaten on should not be perfectly calm and still and continue to take a beating. They should be angry and they should be punching the fuck back. Do you get it? You should be showing fucking anger and rage. You should be punching the fuck back. Philosophically. We're at a point where people who listen to my work, imagine, these are my viewers and listeners, and they're this dumb and ignorant and fucking childish and disrespectful and fucking just in a state of profound underdevelopment as a being. Truncation, stagnation, arrested development. Imagine what the rest of the world is. We're talking about people who have come to my information. Imagine what the whole rest of humanity is. If this is where even people who have found my work are at. And then people wonder, why are you so upset, Mark? Fucking morons. Do not write to ask for any of the things that I told you there will be none of. There are no enrollment discounts. There are no donation plans. There are no partial enrollment donations. There are no enrollment date extensions. Don't ask for them. I will ignore your request. I will not expend energy on even sending you a link. Listen to what I'm saying. You will not be responded to. You will write to ask me this for zero purpose, completely expending energy to even write your request when I am not going to answer it. I will not give you the respect to answer your question. Let's get that clear. The next thing is do not ask about the timing or the live nature of the seminar. This is a live interactive seminar by which the students can ask questions in real time. The classes are only hosted live. There are no replays. I do not provide replays to students. This is a life lesson. This seminar is a life lesson. If you want it, you have to attend in real time. You have to do it at the expense of other things in your life. You may have to sacrifice something. Maybe you have to rearrange other events and timing in your life. If that's too difficult for you to do, oh well, not my problem. No, I don't need to show you empathy for that. You need to make the thing that you want to happen, happen. It's a life skill. It's not just going to happen and line up for you and just be magically gifted to you just because you want it. Nothing works like that. There are requirements for things to happen. There are requirements for conditions to occur. If you can't attend in real time, that's your problem, not mine. Don't ask if the classes will be recorded and provided to the students. No, they will not. If you enroll, you are free to set up any recording mechanism that you want and record. I do not prevent my students from recording. I ask them that they do not share recordings. I ask them respectfully, If you want to record, I can't stop you from recording, but don't share the recordings. I don't want people just watching the videos. I want them to attend in real time. Every seminar is slightly different. There are new things that come up. I learn new things, then I teach new things. Nothing is stagnant and set in stone regarding the curriculum or the method of teaching. It's important that people learn the life lesson and skill of things don't always line up the way you want them to be, timing-wise. If you want it to happen, you have to make it happen by an act of your will. That's part of the life lesson imparted in this seminar. So don't write to ask if the classes will be recorded or distributed to the students. The answer is no, forever. If you can't make the commitment to attend in live time while the classes are happening on the East Coast of the United States, don't enroll. If you don't like that, oh fucking well, that's still going to be the way that it is. Get over yourself, get over your ego, realize that maybe if you work at a time when this is going to be maybe 3 o'clock in the morning, and you got to leave for work at 7, you might need to get up at 2:50, watch the seminar, and then maybe go to work tired. Oh, fucking well. That's what it is. If you don't want it bad enough to make it happen, you don't want it. This is the same as freedom. It's a life skill that translates to everything else in life. This is not just a tech seminar. The focus is on tech. This is a life skill seminar by which the focus is on the component called technology that is a requirement for putting the information out there for other people to absorb, to get the grammar that they need to understand and become enlightened. But it is not just a tech seminar. It is a life skill seminar for these very reasons. The only computer system requirement to attend this seminar is a desktop or laptop computer that is able to run the Telegram desktop software. Now, I know right there, I'm eliminating most people because most people don't own a desktop computer or a laptop anymore. No, what's that needed for? What do you need an actual computer with a full operating system for, right? And the other thing is, you can't attend this on a Chromebook. That's not a computer, folks. That's not a laptop. A desktop or laptop means it runs a full operating system. It's not a glorified web browser with a screen on it. Okay? It's a full OS operating system, meaning you're either running Windows, you're running Mac OS, or you're running Linux, some variant of Linux on it. That's what is required to attend How to Become the True Media. Now, could you take it on a tablet? You could. I don't recommend that. I think that's a very bad choice. Could you take it on a fondle slab called a smartphone? You could. Even worse choice. Here's what I really recommend, and I'm going to say this probably every week. I recommend, regardless of whether you attend it on, if you're going to attend it on a desktop or a laptop with a full operating system, I still recommend, regardless of what screen you currently are looking at your operating system through, on whatever device you have, plugging in at least a 24-inch 4K monitor to your device. You can obtain one of these. As a matter of fact, let's just do it. Let's show people what you could attain these for. So let me open up a new browser and let me type, let's see, Amazon search. And no, that's still searching with Google. So let's just do 24-inch 4K monitor. And it'll probably take me to Amazon. Good. Okay, 24-inch 4K monitors these days. Right here, look at this. This is an LG 24-inch, higher refresh rate than a standard. Let me make this larger. There we go. Okay, look at this second one listed here. This is an LG, which is an excellent brand. 24-inch monitor, okay, in 16:9 aspect ratio, right? It's a high dynamic range monitor, which is also excellent for eye care, clarity, brightness, etc. Okay? Higher than a standard refresh rate of 60 hertz. I just picked up a monitor that was 144 hertz, which the crispness is phenomenal. But it's got a full 4K resolution, 2,160 progressive lines of vertical resolution. That's 4K. Okay? And I present my seminar in 2K. Okay? It's got a 5 millisecond refresh rate, which isn't the fastest in the world, but you will probably have no problems with a monitor of this quality. $166. Now, if you can't put that up to attend an empowering life skill and technical seminar like How to Become the True Media, once again, I would recommend that you reevaluate your other choices in life and just save it up. Do whatever you have to. Go and have some second gig for a couple weeks. Push yourself. Force it. Make yourself tired. Expend the sacrifice that you have to expend. Right? Just do that and buy this. Hook it into your laptop. Hook it into your desktop. You're off to the races. That's all you need. Why torture yourself on a 13-inch laptop Mark, I can't quite see what you're doing there. Just get a fucking $166 fucking monitor. This is not rocket science, folks, but this is what all the babies do. So you're presenting in resolution that's bigger than my whole screen, and I need like a microscope to see what you're doing. I never told you that I was going to. I'm going to present in 640 by 480, so the icons are like this big on the screen. I never told you I was going to do that. I'm working with modern equipment. If you're working with equipment from 1995, maybe you need new fucking equipment. That's not my problem. Get a fucking 4K monitor. Under $200, hook it the fuck up to your existing system, and then you're going to see everything perfectly. Okay. Yeah, no, and once again, it doesn't even matter. If 2K will work. It says 4K UHD 2160p. If that's a 2K monitor, then they have it labeled wrong. Well, it doesn't really matter. Here's another one. 70 hertz, 4K, 5 millisecond refresh rate at 27 inches for $3 more. Scepter's a great brand. I have two Scepter 4K TVs, and they're excellent quality. There's nothing wrong with this brand. $170 for a 27-inch 4K monitor. Folks, if you're complaining that you're having a hard time seeing anything on the screen, you're doing it wrong. This is the problem, is that you think this fucking dumb monkey device is all you need. This is what has fucked people's eyes up. This is what has fucked information flow up. This is what has fucked people's psychology up. Social media on this fucking bullshit device is what has fucked up the world. Because we don't want to use a real educational potential machine. We don't want to use a real creative potential machine with a large monitor size. Folks, once again, these mindsets are not my problem. They're your fucking problem to deal with, resolve, and get the fuck over. They're your problems. Stop making them mine. Stop making them mine. I have my act together. Don't add on to my fucking plate. Don't give me some other war or battle to deal with. I'm showing you the resources. I'm explaining how simple this is. This isn't rocket science. It's laziness and willful ignorance on your part. Go get a 4K monitor, hook it up to your existing system, and you will have no problems watching the How to Become or participating in the How to Become the True Media seminar and seeing everything nice and big on your screen. All right? Let's move back to the caveats. When enrolling, make sure to enter valid, correct, and up-to-date contact information for both your email address and phone number. If we are unable to contact you because you're playing secret fucking agent man or secret fucking agent woman, which you are not, and you are never going to be, and even the fucking people who are espionage agents working for the agency, they think they're so fucking special. You're not fucking secret agent man or woman either. You're just a fucking ignorant little shit boy and girl that wants power over others because you got a button dick or you got nothing to contribute to fucking humanity. And I'll say it to your fucking loser ass face, you fucking junk moron. Because that's all the fucking intelligent agents are. You're Satanists. You're fucking dumb fucking people, no matter how smart you think you are. You're holistically dumb as a bag of fucking bent rusty nails. You dumb shit fucking mud apes. You're not fucking good people. You're fucking satanic losers. And you're gonna lose for all eternity. And you're gonna find the fuck out when your body fucking goes away. And you're going to go into complete shock and awe. You want to think bombing Baghdad was shock and awe? You're going to find out the meaning of shock and awe when you leave the fucking flesh. You're going to find out what shock and awe means, boy. And laugh about it all you fucking want. You'll find out. I'm laughing about it. I'm laughing at you and what you think because of how fucking dumb you are and what you bought into in this reality. Because you can't see what I can see. You can't see what any truly holistic person can see because you're blind. You're spiritually blind. You're blind as a being. You're blind as a fucking so-called intelligent being when you have nothing of the kind. You have no intelligence going on. All you have is your bullshit left brain, bullshit intellect that came from a satanic mindset, and that's what you're serving. You ain't ever going to serve anything else. You ain't serving the truth. You ain't serving goodness. You ain't serving justice. You're serving your own satanic bullshit ego. Punk. Bitch. Let's get that clear. That's the eternal truth of that matter. So, don't play secret agent man like those fucking losers. It's not a good image to mimic. Okay? Just be honest. Put your real information in so that we can fucking contact you if there's a problem. And if you don't understand that, your parents fucked you up. If you don't understand that you should do that when enrolling in a seminar like this, why are you listening to Mark Passio's information? Why are you on here? Why are you fucking in my podcast? Why are you listening? How do people who are that dumb with those little bit of life common sense end up watching my material? This is what I ask every fucking day. I want to be insulated from people like you. If you're the one saying, I'm going to play secret agent man, and I'm going to put all fake information when I enroll in How to Become the True Media, and then I don't care if I fucked something up and Mark and his assistant can't contact me. There are actual people who have done this, who have come to my work. How does that occur? This is what I'm stupefied by every single day of the week. That these are people who actually have arrived at my work. I mean, you may have arrived at my work, but clearly you're not ready for it, and clearly your parents fucked you up. Get your head unfucked to the extent that you know you got to put legitimate info or you can't take the fucking seminar because we can't fucking contact you. Grow the fuck up and stop being children. Folks, you wouldn't believe what I deal with. You wouldn't believe the nonsense childishness that I deal with by having to interface with any level of the public on a daily basis. You would not comprehend it. And all it does is it reinforces that the Satanists told me the exact truth about what the human condition was, and I didn't want to listen, and I wanted to think that I knew better. And no, I did not. I was wrong. It is worse than what they told me that it is. Way worse. And you could say all you want, that's because they made it that way. That's not the point. The point is, it's your responsibility to improve it and get out of that condition. Because it's not our nature, it's our condition. And we need the discernment to recognize the difference between those things. Which again is why I'm going to put a reminder for myself up here. Prayer of serenity. And we're going to go to that in a moment. Like I said, if we don't get to any slides today, I don't care. This will be gone over, and I will get this out of my system. I will express this, and I will do this to the amount that I want. After making your enrollment donation to attend, you will receive an email from us containing a download link. You can click that link and get the PDF file, which will have all the next steps to follow. Internet enrollment will end July 4th, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. If you want to enroll by check or personal check or money order, the personal check or money order must be received by me in my hands, not mailed by. So this is another thing a lot of morons out there don't understand because they've never done anything in life. They've never boxed something up and taken it to a shipping office. A lot of people have never put a stamp on an envelope and thrown it in the fucking postal mailbox. You would be surprised how many people have never cooked themselves a meal, have never fucking washed a dish, have never fucking done anything, have never fucking ridden a bike, have never fucking learned how to use a computer. Nothing. They don't know how to do anything. Their parents fucked them up, threw them into a fucking dumbass public school system, taught them nothing. They learn no skill sets in the public schooling system because all they teach is how to be a fucking obedient slave. And then we wonder why we're in a position where we have none of the skill sets necessary to end human slavery and think we're going to beat the dark occult world. Yeah, because we're winning, you know? Let's go to the freedom movement. Here is the bulk of the freedom movement right here. We're winning! We're winning! Don't you know? We're winning! We got the dark occultists on the run. The Satanists are shaking in their boots. We got them on the run, folks. You're dumber than Ralph Wiggum if you haven't looked at the deplorable state of the human condition and realized we have people with no skill sets. How are we going to beat the most intellectually advanced and driven people who have ever lived on the fucking planet with the will that if their power is diminished, they'll blow off the nuclear arsenal of this whole planet and turn it into a fucking glass lot? They'll turn it into a glass ball if they have to. That's how driven and committed to their great work they are. And we're a bunch of fucking morons that is dumber than this fucking clown, dumber than fucking a cartoon character with his finger up his nose, and dumber than his fucking bullshit fucking fat ass fuck of a father. Because that's the same kind of fucking parents that people who say this had. Dumb fucking mud apes, fat balls of fucking shit. As parents, teaching them nonsense their whole fucking lives, not imparting one life skill to them, and then in the next breath, they'll say, because we recognize that we're enslaved, we're winning. Recognition that you're enslaved doesn't matter to these fucking people. They'll eventually come right out in the fucking open and tell you you're our slaves and we're your fucking owners, motherfucker. Do something about it, and we're gonna fucking murder your ass. That's where many of them want to take it there now. There's a disagreement and a butting of heads within their fucking circles as to what approach should be taken, whether it should remain a covert form of enslavement that most people don't recognize, even if it's right in front of their fucking dumb-ass, ill-educated face, versus if they come out in the open and say, we're the kings of the fucking world and you're our fucking subjects and slaves, and if you do anything we don't like, we're sending our henchmen to murder your fucking dumb monkey ass. And that's where at least 20 to 25% of them want to take it now. Not in the future, right this moment. They want it there. And guess what? They could put it there right now if they wanted. And it would probably be completely successful. Most people still wouldn't fucking wake up and do a fucking thing. Because they're apathetic, lazy losers. Who are saying, we're winning! Because they recognize that there's a system of enslavement all around them. You think that that's the answer? Just recognizing it? That's only the very, 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 very tiny little pissant beginning of the journey to really understanding the true requirements for freedom. It's practically zero in what needs to be learned and done. We're winning. Yeah. Fucking dumb parents won it, making you a fucking ill-educated moron. That's who won. They won the fucking prize for that, I'll tell you that. So, folks, my point here is most people don't understand the difference between mailing something on a day versus it getting to your destination that it needs to go to on a day. They're not the same things. If you're going to enroll by check or money order, don't wait until the last week to send it. This is what happens every fucking year. Is I get 10 checks or money orders on days after the enrollment was supposed to have closed. I don't want to deal with it the week leading up to the seminar. I have preparation work to do. Respect my time, respect my energy, respect the prep work I need to invest. And my assistants need to invest who are going to help with the execution of this seminar. You're disrespecting them and their time and their energy as well by having 10 checks or money orders show up in my mailbox on July 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th. I don't want that. Understand, if I'm telling you need to get it to me by July 1st, you should mail it a week before July 1st. That's not rocket science. That's not hard to figure out. And think about it. Instead of teaching morality, I'm doing what your fucking dumb-ass parents didn't do. They didn't teach you any life skills. I don't want to be a father. I deliberately did not shit children into this world with another being, with a woman, for the reason that I don't want to be fucking somebody's fucking caretaker. I want my fucking life. That's not selfishness. That's the birthright of every being if they choose to it by not procreating. There's plenty of fucking people in the world already. I don't need to have my own children. I want to teach other fucking dumb fucking children whose parents didn't fucking morally raise them and educate them or even impart any life skills to them. Unfortunately, that task falls to me as a proxy fucking parental figure, which I don't even want. I don't want to be that guy. And unfortunately, I'm thrust into that position because most people's parents failed fucking miserably at the only job they had after they shit out a kid. And why are you so angry, Mark? Just because nobody fucking parented their children? And you have to act as a proxy fucking father figure? Which I don't want. I don't want to be thrust into that fucking role. If I did, I would have had my own children. So learn the difference in the life skill between the date you mail something on versus the date it arrives. This is not rocket science, children. This is a simple life skill that your parents should have imparted to you, and they failed miserably at it. So, if you have any questions about any of this, info@howtobecomthetruemedia.com. If you want the address to enroll via check or money order, it's the same thing. There's 2 links provided. Click the appropriate link. Do not change. This is a mail to link. A lot of people they're mystified by this because I guess on their fondle slab, they don't encounter this. But in the early days of the internet, mail to links that threw a subject line up or threw a little message in your email client program were everywhere, right? Now, nobody sees this because my fondle slab is telling me just go here or there, open this app. And it's like people don't even know what a mail to link is anymore. It's a way of clicking a link and it opens up your email program. And here's why they don't understand that. Most morons out there are not using a mail program. They're using webmail. And this is something we teach in the seminar. We teach why you shouldn't use webmail. Why is webmail a dumb choice? Why is it not best practice? Why is setting up an email in an actual email client program the best practice for dealing with email? We go through all of this. And most people don't recognize a mail to link because they have no mail client set up on their computer. They're using webmail to interact with something that should be used using an email client. This is like trying to use a hammer to cut through wood. And it doesn't even have a claw. You're using the dull part of the hammer that's supposed to be used to drive nails to cut wood. You don't even know the tool for the job, let alone what's efficient and what works really well. Like the difference between a table saw versus a hacksaw or a jigsaw or whatever. There's a tool for the job, and you got to discern what is the correct tool for the job you're doing. It's the same thing with technology. There's different tools for different jobs. This is what we teach in the seminar. It's one of the things that is taught. I mean, this is why I'm saying this is all about life skills, folks. This is all about being able to recognize what's in front of you, which the majority of the people of this planet have lost the ability to do. To look at reality and be able to stop, look, discern, and come to the correct answer. We don't have that life skill. That's why we're in a state of enslavement. So that's how to become the true media. Let's go back to the slides. Sorry. Let's see where I was at. All the info's at howtobecomthetruemedia.com. Briefly, I want to say all of my websites were down for a few days this week. Again, that's another thing I was dealing with. It's like people don't even see what I deal with. And then all they do is say, do better. Give us more. You're fucking leeches. All that I ever experienced from this whole fucking bag of shit community is leeching. You just leech, attach and suck. That's it. Just your energy vampires. Almost all of you. You're energy vampires. Because you have no internal sense of fucking knowledge, power, discernment, skill. And I'm trying to fucking teach a little bit of that to you in this seminar. Because your fucking parents never could. They never did, and they never could. And that's true for 99.999% of you. If it doesn't apply to your parents, you're lucky-ass motherfuckers. Because it applies to almost everybody's. Count your blessings. Know that I'm not talking about you. If your parents truly aren't like that, it's for most people, though. So for more information, go to howtobecomethitruemedia.com. My websites were down for about 3 days in total. All of them. What on Earth is Happening, One Great Work Network, How to Become the True Media. And, I don't really know what caused that. I spoke with the hosting provider, and they assured me they were working on it diligently to get everything back up. And it looks like everything is back up and working okay. So I'm glad that they were able to do that. And again, no further information was shared with me regarding exactly why. The One Great Work Network, one of the sites I was just talking about, is live and doing well at onegreatworknetwork.com. 70 phenomenal content creators up there. Please support them and their contribution to the one great work of ending human slavery. Don't Tread on Philly meets for the second Wednesday happy hour on the second Wednesday of the month. That's going to be coming up this week. It's a social meetup for people who are concerned about the loss of human freedom. Second Wednesday of every month, 6 to 9 p.m. takes place at the Dive in the Bella Vista section of South Philadelphia. It's always free to attend. I co-host it with Don't Tread on Philly. For more info, check out don'ttreadonphilly.com or the Facebook group Don't Tread on Philly, where you can get the event calendar for this happy hour. Inquire and Inspire Documentary Night takes place on the third Thursday of every month, 6 to 9 p.m. at Arnold's Family Fun Center in Oaks, Pennsylvania. For more information, please visit inquireandinspire.com, always also free to attend. The What on Earth is Happening IPFS project is still ongoing. I'm not going to say anything more about it right now. For more information, visit whatonearthishappening.com/IPFS. We'll be doing at least 3 call-in shows after I complete the material to my satisfaction for Unholy Feminine series. So we won't be taking calls today via Telegram. I'll try to get through some slides. The ARC 2.0 offer is still on the table. Will be on the table in perpetuity as long as I'm living. So it's a 2 terabyte drive with everything you need to know about what's really taking place on this planet. You send me a 2 terabyte storage device, whether it's a hard drive or a solid state drive. I fill it up with over 26,000 audio files, over 9,500 books, over 3,400 videos, and ship it back to you. For more information, whatonearthishappening.com/ARC. Don't fuck around with the shipping instructions. They're the way that they are for a reason. Just like all of the conditions for attending How to Become the True Media are the way that they are for a reason. Just follow the instructions respectfully. They're not orders for you to do immoral things. They're instructions. No, you're not an order follower if you follow the instructions for shipping an ARC drive. I have morons insisting you're trying to get people to be order followers with how you tell them to pack the ARC. No, jerk off. You're not an order follower if you respectfully follow someone's instructions because they know everything there is to know about the process because they've done it 20,000 fucking times and you've never done it one time because you're a fucking moron. And then you want to say, I'm doing something immoral and trying to get people to follow my orders. No, there's a difference between following the orders of people commanding you in an institution of humanity versus Mark Passio asking you to fucking follow some shipping instructions, you dumb fucking dolt. Stop fucking telling me that I'm trying to fucking push orders on somebody, moron. I'm giving them a simple set of shipping instructions that works to protect their property and my fucking time and energy. And if you don't follow it, I very dispassionately go, you're a fucking moron, you didn't follow the instructions. Back in the box, tape it up, back to the shipping office, and you don't get the data. And I don't care whether you send me a donation, whether you, whatever the fuck it is. It doesn't fucking matter. You're not getting the data from me if you disrespect my method. So, this offer is mine. It works the way I lay out the conditions. If you don't want to acknowledge and follow the instructions for the condition, then go get the data elsewhere. But you're not going to demand that I do things the way you do it and get the data from me. You're coming to me. I'm not going to you. I need nothing to do with you. I know what you don't. I know everything that you won't learn in 100 lifetimes. I need nothing from you, and I owe nothing to you. Let's get that straight, babies whose parents didn't teach them anything. You're a fucking child with bad parenting. I'm an adult who rose out of that condition, where I also received bad parenting, but I didn't stay there. I became an adult with true intelligence. I became an adult exercising true care. I became an adult not being a coward. I became an adult doing the required actions. I became an adult learning true responsibility. I became an adult gathering all of the skill sets that I require to actually do the right thing in the world. You didn't, because your parents not only fucked you up in similar ways than mine did, but you just didn't rise above that condition by an act of your will, and I did. That's the difference between us. And I'm the one who will say that to your face, whereas most people are too cowardly to do it, because they're afraid they'll get beaten or shot. And I'm not afraid of those things. Because guess what? You better be faster than me. Because there's only two people in that equation, the quick and the dead, as the old saying goes. So, fuck around and find out. So, that's the ARC drive. And if you do want to take me up on the offer, either respectfully follow the shipping instructions to protect your property and my energy, or fuck around and find out. It'll go right back to you blank. See if I'm fucking around. Because I've sent drives back blank this year. I don't want to have to do that. I don't rejoice in that. I don't find pleasure in that. I think it's sad. It makes me sad to have to do that. But I have done it, and I will do it again. And I don't want that to be the case. I'm not asked. This is not a rocket science procedure. It's very simple. If you just read the fucking directions, it's very simple to follow. It's just a lot of information because I'm explaining to people why not to do these things, because this is what goes wrong in the process when you do these things. Just like I explain in What on Earth is Happening, don't behave like this, because this is where it makes chain reaction events go wrong in the whole process, and then you end up an enslaved fucking moron like you are right now. You know? But people don't want to hear it, and they want to say the problem lies with me because I'm being a hard ass. No, it doesn't. I'm being the proxy fucking parent because your parents fucked up at the only job they had once they shit you out. Let's get it straight. Let's get that correct up in the fucking old noggin. You can go to gifts.whatonearthishappening.com to get hard copies of my information on flash drive, DVD, solid state drive, for all my information called the One Great Work Collection. My natural law documentary, men and women's t-shirts, coasters, stickers, buttons, keychains, etc. And folks, if you don't support the operation via donation gifts, I'm not going to be able to stay in operation. I don't know how else to tell you that. But Gifts is not doing well, hasn't been doing well for quite some time, largely because I've provided, out of the kindness of my heart, download links for my material, so most people don't get hard copies anymore. And they think that's somehow a good thing, when in fact I really should have never bothered to ever make a download link, because most people aren't intelligent enough to even understand how to download anything from the internet. And I should have just made them come here to donate for the hard copies. But I want to give them the option of supporting me or not supporting me. And that shows you really where we're at, that people don't really value this information. They don't want to keep me, they don't want to keep this operation on. And again, at some point, I'm probably going to have to shut it down. And people think I'm bluffing or just saying that. And when eventually everything's offline, I'm not going to pay to keep a website up if I'm not doing this actively and receiving enough resources to continue to do this and live and actually have my home by being able to pay for the mortgage and have food and resources, etc., to eat and keep myself nourished and relatively in a state of health. Anybody who says you're bluffing, don't bet on me ever bluffing anything. I have told people in the past, you're going to get knocked the fuck out. And they think, you're joking, you're not going to swing on me. And then they're bleeding and their lip is busted the fuck open 30 seconds later or less. Don't bet on me being predictable. You will lose that fucking bet. You'll lose. You'll see how non-predictable and fucking completely out of control I can go if I let the cage door swing open even a little bit. You'll find the fuck out what I'm capable of. And that's what I'm saying. You want to roll the dice? You want to play fucking games? You want to think you won't end up in the fucking ground? Go and fucking play games with me. You're fucking with the wrong one. You look dead in my fucking eyes, and I'll just ask you one question. You better be ready to fucking die. Because I am. And I've been. And you'll find the fuck out. Don't come at me with disrespect these days. I'm not going to tolerate it as a man. I'm not going to tolerate it as someone who is as learned as I am. If instead you prefer to make a straight donation to the teaching efforts of What on Earth is Happening and One Great Work Network and how to become the true media, you can go to whatonearthishappening.com/donate. Before I even do that, let me go back to the gift slide. I want to show you our technology donation item. Again, it's sort of stalled a little bit. We were making good progress toward the goal, and this week, not much. So let me go to the What on Earth is Happening donation gifts website, gifts.whatonearthishappening.com. I'll go to the home page. Hey, this is the home page. It's got a slider with the products here, some of the products. All the products are then listed. Okay? But right here, you can go to gift categories here and hit technology donations, or you can click categories on the main menu bar and then click technology donations here. It will show you the tech item we are looking to crowdsource, because this is an item that is too expensive for one person to donate to this cause. So we're looking for crowdsource funding to be able to buy a new piece of equipment for this operation, for What on Earth is Happening. In this case, it's a donation toward a Mac Studio for me. This is going to replace my aging Intel iMac, and this will be my desktop computer that I will do all of my creative and office-related work from. I'm going to spec out a Mac Studio to the specifications that I feel will be beneficial into the future for a few years, and you can make a donation of $50 up through $500 increments, through $50 increments. Okay, so anything from 50 through 500. Okay, we only raised a couple $100, if that. What was it? We raised $150 in the whole last week. We were doing great up till this week. Okay, and it's probably because people don't like the truth that I'm saying about them, and then they say, "Oh, fuck it, let him go get that on his own." That's fine, no problem. Or it'll just languish. You know, here's the point. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I don't care whether I'm asking you to help. I'm not sugarcoating it. I don't care whether I'm asking for money. I'm not sugarcoating the truth. This is why I'm not going on any radio show. I'll curse when I want to. I'll call fucking people dumb when I want to. I'll insult my audience, who most of them, I feel they don't understand what I'm talking about. I'll insult those people. I'll do that whenever I want. This is my freedom of speech. If you don't like it, you don't have to be here. I'm not forcing anything upon you. I've told people, if you don't like it, shut it the fuck off. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't donate. And I guess some people are taking me at my word. Great. If things don't receive the resources that they need, I will have to end this whole educational outreach effort at some point. And I've really very seriously considered it. I will whether I have to put the remainder in myself, I will be getting this. I will be procuring this computer. But I would like to see people share the effort. Again, I don't care even whether people try to share the effort monetarily. At least share the effort teaching-wise. Put the content that needs to be put out into the world out. Share it that way. And we'll get to the goal. We'll get to where we need to get quicker. But I'd like to see this knocked out this week if possible. So I can have the funds set aside and I can get the computer when I'm ready to buy it and then migrate everything over to it. Because that's going to be a big job. And I think I'm going to wait until June, see what's announced at Worldwide Developers Conference if new hardware is announced. Buy the new hardware if it is in fact announced and released. If not, I'll get an M2 Mac Studio, an M2 Ultra Mac Studio. And then I want to set it up to be ready for how to become the true media. So I'll have from, the couple weeks in between, the downtime between the end of the season of What on Earth is Happening and the beginning of How to Become the True Media in July to set up the new computer and get all my data migrated to it. Get all my settings worked out and working right, etc. That's no easy task. That'll probably take a couple weeks. All right, so that's where we're at, 4,800 out of 6,000. We still require $1,200 more dollars to meet the goal. All right? So I think that's all the slides that I wanted to cover because I went back to gifts. We already talked about making a straight donation. Those are all the slides. Let's go into, before we go back into Unholy Feminine topic, part 8 in the probably 45 minutes that will remain in the show, I want to show the true prayer of serenity by Reinhold Niebuhr to show people. Okay, so this is some video about it. This is the false prayer of serenity. Okay, so we're gonna actually compare the false to the real, the original to how it was co-opted and changed to water down what it really meant. So here's some basic skill sets that I showed, just copying some material, making it a little bit, editing it a little bit to make it a little larger, putting it up on the screen. This is just basic word processing, note-taking techniques. All of my material starts with note-taking techniques, all of it. Every idea you can jot down, you could start to format, you could start to arrange. It's just like arranging things in a physical environment. Moving something over here, see how it looks up against that wall, see what it would look like if I put it up in that corner, etc. You could do the same thing with your thoughts and ideas. So, let's look at, the Wikipedia page on this, because they will show you the real one. See, here's another version of the false one. Okay? You have to look up the full original wording. And a lot of people, I've had people fight me on this because their 12-step program told me this is the wording. And what you're saying, Mark, isn't the true wording. There is an original, and then there is a culturally co-opted version of the prayer of serenity, and most people out there who don't ever take the time to look into something don't know the difference. This is the original wording. Okay? Appeared a few additional times. Canadian newspapers. Weigel published the prayer in her 1940 book attributed to Niebuhr. It took this form. The original wording has nothing to do with the word I. Here are the two places I takes place in the fake version. Okay. Here's the modern altered version. Okay. Sorry. So let's look at the difference. Okay. And I'll make it even larger for people to see this. All right. Hey, let's put it on a slide. So this way I could distribute it after, as I did with the other slides, the alternative slides that I made last week, the added slides, I should say. Okay. All right, let's make this bold and larger. Yep. And again, we'll do some on-the-fly, quick and dirty techniques to edit text in a slide. This is stuff that you'll learn in How to Become the True Media if you take the course. Let's put a image here. I'll search for an appropriate image. Let's just not even use prayer. Let's just look up serenity. Type. Just go to Google Images. And of course it's going to give you TV shows. There's a, here, this is a semi-appropriate image. Or we could do this one. Let's clip it. It's called mask it. Middle. This is a technique called masking. Here. We could do a frame just to make it look halfway aesthetic. See if I shadow on color. Yep, let's put a shadow at an angle. Right, so just modifying a few things to make it look how I want. Greater offset on the shadow. Not that any of this stuff is super important, but let's just do that and then move this over. See if we some centering of it. Let's even crop this down. Take this out of the, take this, that one, soft this one, that bigger. People think slides just get made in a second, you know what I mean? It's like they don't even see it. And I'm doing a really fast, dirty job of this. And most people, they'll just think, oh, slideshows are easy to make. Like they don't see the detail that goes into it. They don't see the time and the energy and the effort, just like they don't see it in anything else. Because most people don't care. They don't care about putting effort and energy and aesthetics into something, you know? Anyway, that's just a simple... Sorry. Let's make this do the same color on the drop shadow that I... Okay, so this might be how you lay out a slide to explain the difference between two things. The original wording of the Prayer of Serenity versus the modern altered wording. And I'll wrap this in quotes. Maybe we can make the quote italicized. Hold these. All right, just to give it a little bit of a semi-attractive look, and name it and save it. And I'll include this slide with the presentation slides, okay? So, again, this is the kind of stuff I show people how to do and how to become the true media. So, the original wording, listen to the quality of this. Oh God, give us the serenity to accept what cannot be changed, the courage to change what can be changed, and the wisdom to know the one from the other. And even the original wording, I believe, had the term, what should be changed. Okay? So this means you're looking for the difference between nature and condition. How am I seeing that in this wording? The idea of accepting what cannot be changed means you are recognizing nature. You are recognizing the natural and what is that way and set in stone and can never be changed. This is discernment to recognize the natural world and its laws. This is why it triggers me to no end and makes me vilely hate somebody when they say to me, that's just human nature, Mark. You're just trying to argue with the way things are. You're just trying to argue with nature. No, I'm trying to tell your dumbass to stop fucking fighting against nature. Because you don't know what it is versus what it is not. You don't know the difference between nature and condition. And that's what they're talking about here as the wisdom to know the one from the other. And that's the problem with all of this shit race called humanity. The shitball calling itself human this is their problem. This is why this is such an important fucking crux of my work. Is to get morons to acknowledge the difference between the actual state of nature versus a condition that has been created by social engineering. And that's what this whole fucking unholy feminine presentation has been about. Which is why I insist the bulk of my audience and the bulk of the people in the freedom community and the bulk of the people in the so-called fucking truth community do not understand the presentation. Because you're still fighting with me over your incorrectly perceived idea of what nature is when I've explained ad infinitum that the only nature of a human being is that it can be conditioned and programmed. There is no nature to be immediately a certain way. We do not pop out of the womb acting a certain way. We have to be conditioned first. We have to receive information that makes us think a certain way to then act a certain way. This is not rocket science, morons. This is why I'm so frustrated with the vast bulk of my fucking viewing and listening audience. Because you're trying to tell me that I'm not giving the correct information. I'm the teacher, you're the student. I fucking researched this, you didn't. I know the difference between nature and artificial conditions, and you don't. That's the problem. There's a noise going on. I don't understand why it is this difficult to keep a studio condition somewhat quiet so I can focus on what I need to think about and express. Could please, anyone who is here, please not generate noise while I'm doing my show. There is a discernible difference that shows wisdom in an individual when they can make the recognition of what is nature versus what is a conditioned factor. And this is why I'm telling people from week one of recovering information that I shouldn't even need to recover. You didn't get it. You failed at it. You're insisting upon telling me I'm incorrect when it is you who are incorrect. Stop challenging that I have not done the homework required to understand this difference. I have vetted with the trivium methodology that I do in fact have the correct answer regarding the difference between the natural condition of something versus the state it has been worked into through conditioning. I am not incorrect. You are. I gave you all the reasons and answers regarding why it became this way and is currently this way. If you insist I am wrong, keep your fucking bullshit, ill-read, uninformed fucking opinion to yourself. I don't want you writing to me. I don't want to hear your voice. You're not entitled to my time. And definitely keep it the fuck off my social media. Go spread your bullshit, unread, ill-informed nonsense elsewhere. You're wrong. Listen to the intent of the original wording versus how it got degraded. Give us, meaning all of humanity, the serenity to accept what cannot be changed, meaning to accept the natural laws of creation regarding morality and consequence. That's what dictates justice in this realm. This is a justice engine that works perfectly, and it dictates the consequence. This is the idea, the concept of original sin biblically actually comes out of this idea. When we resist the laws of creation, what cannot be changed, and we insist that we are capable of changing them, that's the actual original sin. The original sin is not eating a fucking apple, you dumb shit monkeys. It's not having sex, you stupid fucking mud creatures. I mean, imagine these fucking moron, so-called bullshit Christians coming up with the dumbest fucking ideas that have ever been conceived by a shit ape calling themselves humans. Your religion's what has fucked you up. Your bullshit religion created by Satanism is what fucked your mind the fuck up, and you can't get it out of its fucked condition. And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into what does the Genesis story, because this is all about, folks, if you can't still get the importance of this critical information that I'm trying to revisit in this presentation of Unholy Feminine is ultimately about human origins and how and why it got created this way. Why are we in the condition that we are in? Because we were made a certain way. We were modified. We were taken out of the natural condition that we could have been in and flowed and eventually organically evolved in, and we were put into a pit. We were dumped into a fucking pit with no ladder, with no elevator, with no staircase. And it was thrust upon us to fucking dig our way out of that fucking pit. And we're not doing it. We are failing fucking miserably at it because we're holding on to ideas that don't help us get out of the fucking pit. We're not at ground level, let alone into the fucking sky and into fucking space. You were in a pit below ground level. I'm just trying to get people up to ground fucking level where they don't fucking know a thing, but they stop believing bullshit. And I can't even take them there because they're attached so fucking hard to the bullshit they don't want to fucking learn. Because they all have religious thinking. No, I am not correct. I am correct because I put the effort and work into unfucking my bullshit beliefs. You're still fucked up. Understand what the original intent of this prayer means. Give humanity the serenity to accept the laws of the universe, which can never be changed, and the courage to change what can and should be changed, which is the current human condition of slavery through man's law and government and the belief in authority, which is all usurpations of the creator of the universe and its laws. And the wisdom to truly know the difference between the two. What is that which can never be changed, and what is that which can and should be changed? You need to know which is which. You need to know natural law from the condition. You need to know nature from the construct. You need to know what is our true nature versus what is the condition we have been worked into. I don't know how much clearer or how differently I could describe it to get it through your fucked up brains. If you disagree, two things. You're wrong for all eternity if you continue to disagree with that there's a nature, there's a condition. Human nature is programmability. It is not in any of the conditions we have been worked into. Stop calling one the other. You're wrong. Number two, I'm not interested in your bullshit, dumb, ill-informed, wrong opinion. Stop telling it to me. When you go and tell this to anybody else, you're putting harm out into the world because you're putting complete wrong disinformation into other people's minds instead of keeping your bullshit to yourself that is then leading them to believe nothing can be done about the condition we are in. And then what do? They stand down and they do nothing and they don't try to change it because they believe it's unchangeable because you've helped confuse the idea between the condition that can be changed and should be changed versus nature, which actually can never be changed. You're so dumb you don't know the difference between a constructional condition that was made for someone and that they were worked into versus the actual natural world. And again, I'm trying to fucking impart. This is the crux of my work, folks. From day one, this is what I've been attempting to do, is help you dumb fucking monkeys understand the difference between nature and artificiality. And you still don't get it after 17 fucking years of repeating it endlessly. Because you're morons. This is the altered wording of the prayer of serenity in the modern day, which watered down its message and its intent and places it in the context of ego. God grant me the serenity, the individual, to accept the things I cannot change. Meaning applying, if there's a situation I don't think I could change in my life or out there into the world, let me accept that. The courage to change the things I can change. Not that you can contribute to changing something at an individual level, even though you may not do that yourself. See, it's all about the ego and me and what I want. It's not about what's right. It's not about what's good. It's not what about the whole human race is experiencing, which is slavery, which is a cosmic crime against an entire species of beings. No. Just let's water this down to the level of ego. It's all about me. Me, I, over and over. And the wisdom to know the difference. To accept the things I can't change. Courage to change the things I can change. This places it in me, little egotistical, atomized mindset instead of the power of the original wording. That is all about the cosmic aspect of truly discerning the difference between nature and a conditioned state. And I'm telling you, this is one of the biggest reasons we're losing. Is because the dumb fuckers in this whole fucking community that we laughingly call the truth community or we laughingly call the freedom community, which they're nothing of the kind, they actually murder truth and freedom more than they could ever assist it in their ignorance and in their ego, their satanic fucking ego. They can't develop the wisdom. They can't discern the difference. They can't listen to the voice of reason because their ego's in the fucking way and all their fucking programming is in the way. No, that's not their nature. It's the condition that they've been worked into. Understand that and apply it to what I'm talking about in the Unholy Feminine presentation and you will fucking learn something instead of remaining an ignorant bag of fucking dog shit. I am sick of repeating the same thing to a fucking failing remedial class. I'm sick of having to be caustic because people are showing me as a fucking learned fucking teacher of this knowledge continual disrespect and telling me the problem lies with me. It doesn't. The problem is I've been given shit starting material and told it could be worked into gold when it's pretty certain it has no intention of changing. The prima materia has to start with the will to change in the mind, and that has to be driven through real care in the heart, and it's not there. It isn't there. That's why, if you want to ask my 2 cents, a big comet should be sent this way. Or a plague unimaginable should be sent toward this fucking mud race. And my band, Mercy Comet and Disaster Area, will put on a fucking awesome show for you guys. You know? I don't know who will open up for who. But, we'll meet you at the restaurant at the end of the universe. We'll put on a phenomenal fucking gig. It's about all the comedy I can muster today, folks. My week was brutal, and I'm not going to apologize for things I've said that are true. So. Here's where we left off last week with 20 minutes left in the show. I got to some slides on the actual subject matter. And I told people, you want to fuck around and say, there was never any interference with humanity, Mark. It's just our nature. This is just human nature. and you haven't looked into one fucking thing about what happened here in our ancient past. You haven't looked into one fucking thing about the true origin story of humanity. You're a dumb fucking churchianity Christian who wants to believe literally the fucking book, the book of Genesis, and not see the actual allegorical content in it. This is why people can't understand the original sin is fucking taking the difference between right and wrong unto yourself, arbitrating it for yourself, which is called moral relativism, and then the subsequent creation of laws as you see fit to be how they should be. That's called the creation of man's laws. You're usurping the position of God, who put the real laws of the universe into effect, and you're trying to become God. That's what Satanism is. That's the force called Satan, that once you sow in the ego, it says, I get to make up what right and wrong are. I get to arbitrate those things. Then I get to make up what laws are and force them onto my fellow creatures, and now I'm God. You don't get it. It's not the worship of a fucking being, moron. It's not sex, moron. This is all the religious junk programming that fucks up people's fucking dumb minds. That they can't summon the fucking will to transcend and rise above that fucking bullshit conditioning, mind control programming. They want to cling on to the very thing that's murdering their fucking soul and putting them deeper and deeper into slavery. And let me tell you something, your owners, your masters, the Satanists who run this fucking place, they got you. You got. Boy. You got, son. You're owned wholesale. You're owned lock, stock, and barrel. Because of the bullshit that's going on up here, and they know it, and they got you. You can't let go what doesn't serve your fucking actual soul. You want your enslavement just so you can remain as ignorant and fucking dumb as you are. You want it. You crave that more than anything else, you fucking piece of junk. And you're engaged in a cosmic crime. You think what the fucking the modifiers of our fucking genome did was a cosmic crime? It's nothing compared to your bullshit. It's nothing compared to what you continue to fucking do through your ignorance. Your ignorance is the biggest cosmic crime. Your insistence on holding on to bullshit religion that does not help to change anything for the better is the biggest cosmic crime. You insisting that nature is the condition and the condition is nature, there's the cosmic crime. You're the one committing it. You advocating in authority, advocating in moral relativism, advocating in the laws of man, there's the cosmic crime. Folks, you know why people don't like my work anymore? Because it got harder and harder and harder to listen to, because I'm telling harder and harder and harder core truths about where your fucked up mindset is at. And you don't want to fucking hear it. And it's the truth. And I'm explaining exactly why you're enslaved creatures. And you don't want to hear the real answer. You want some bullshit answer like it's the monetary system. You want some bullshit answer like it's the food system. You want some bullshit answer like it's just fucking these external factors instead of it's everything that's going on in your fucked up minds. Because you won't listen to the voice of reason. You won't actually gather knowledge. You won't actually do the work to fucking gather the grammar that you need to understand what's really happening here. You want to remain cosmic children, and the universe does not tolerate that. It is a justice engine that is working perfectly, and you are committing a cosmic crime by staying in your ignorance, and that's why you will remain enslaved. That's how natural law functions, folks. The people who are intelligent enough to realize its presence and its operation have been trying to tell you this from time immemorial, and you murder those people! Because you want to live in your satanic mind state and believe in your satanic religion. That's why I think what on earth is happening is going to come to a close at some point. because there's nothing left to say. I've said everything that needs to be said. And now the karma is all yours. I've fulfilled my charge to do what I need to do, and now the karma is in your hands. And you're going to fail fucking miserably at it. You're going to fail miserably at changing a fucking thing. And in all honesty, the only thing I pray for is the extinction of this mudball race. That's it. I pray for its extinction. Because it's an abomination against all of creation. I told people last week to study the dynamic of human origins, which is intricately and intimately connected to this presentation, or I wouldn't be presenting it, is absolutely fundamental to the understanding of the mind condition that humanity has been worked into, specifically when it comes to Satanism, and specifically underneath satanic mindset when it comes to Neo-Feminism and Epi-Eugenics. And they don't want to understand it. They don't want to understand it. They don't want to do the work required to do that because it's a lot of work and they're lazy shit. The true answer of really understanding how a lot of this conditioning and programming came about is to research human origins. And you need a total reevaluation of all human history, particularly our origin stories and we need to stop looking at the traditional view of history that we've been conditioned to accept, especially when it comes from a religious perspective, which is the biggest crock of bullshit that there is. I told people, view my cosmic abandonment presentation for some information on the topic. It will not cover it all. It can't. I couldn't cover it all practically in a whole lifetime if I tried. By my own admission, it's a fragmentary synthesis that requires a lot more study. I just pointed people to some researchers. You could probably spend the rest of your life researching just the data that they've presented and not exhaust it. And how many people will do any part of it? No, you'll just continue to spout uninformed, ill-read opinions. You could shove your opinions up your ass. You haven't done the research required. Depicted in stelae and carvings and cylinder seals, etc., and in popular culture, the Anunnaki were actually humanity's creator and gods for hundreds of thousands of years. They gave us all of our systems of religion, all of our systems of government, all of our systems of so-called money. And at times they ruled over humanity with unquestioned, ruthless power and technology that seemed completely supernatural to humanity. They are more likely than not, on at least a technological scale, a type between a type 1.5 and 2.0 civilization on the Kardashev scale of technological development of a species. That, if you understand what was just said there, should be enormously concerning. Because if you put a sub 1.0 civilization together with a civilization that has achieved 1.5 to 2.0 on the Kardashev scale, and you expect it not to be a God versus slave relationship, you're probably stupider than you look. It's almost always going to come out like that. That will almost always be the outcome because it is literally like a human being versus a fucking bacteria. The human being is not going to be concerned for the life cycle or well-being of a fucking single-celled organism. We are less than that to these creatures. Their technology would be beyond magic to us. It would look like supernatural, like they had come from some other dimension, like they were actual gods or demons. And dumb people still think of them this way because their religion tells them to. They were flesh and blood creatures. They had advanced technology that looked like supernatural magical powers to us. They bleed, they die, they age. They are just like us. They're much larger. They're much more intelligent. They're much more technologically advanced. And they are not truly spiritually evolved. Why is that so difficult to believe that with all the teeming life in one galaxy alone, that possibly beings could have come here for their own selfish fucking purposes and fucked around here? And fucked with us. This is not rocket science. This is not a big leap of fucking faith. This probably happens so much more frequently than anybody would possibly conceive or want to imagine. It probably happens in every fucking neighborhood of every fucking galaxy, in the whole fucking manifest universe. This is not something that requires gigantic leaps of fucking faith. All you gotta do is take a look at the fucking density of fucking planets in the universe and realize these people could have come just from around the corner in the local fucking neighborhood. Just because we don't know how to do it doesn't mean other people haven't attained a very high level advanced understanding of how things work that we haven't figured out yet. This is the hubris of humanity to believe we're the epitome of fucking knowledge. This isn't even a nursery school, let alone a graduate school. We haven't graduated shit except learning how to become very docile, passive fucking slaves who think that they're intelligent when they're actually enslaved. And I'm trying to explain to you why fucking height is such a fucking ingrained into the ancestral fucking DNA of people being directly related to fucking political power and knowledge about how things really fucking work in the universe, and then revered like it's some godlike fucking ability. These beings were like an average of 9 feet tall, probably much taller. Over and over again, they're depicted far larger than a human being, able to pick up a human being with one hand, able to pick up a fucking lion with one hand. A lion looks like a cat in their arms. They probably evolved on a much larger planet to ours with a way higher fucking gravitational force. This is not hard to extrapolate, folks. The thing that it is it's a horror story that you don't want to acknowledge. That's why you don't want to study it. That's why it's so suppressed. That's why they destroyed so many fucking artifacts. That's why archaeology's been one cover-up after another, after another, after another. There is no real archaeology. It's all fucking bullshit. Paid for bullshit. But people paid the fuck off to fucking hide the fucking truth of the past. There's fucking giants buried all over America. All over it. These were the most important, influential, and powerful people involved with humanity in our deep ancestral past. And you don't want to look into it because your bullshit Bible book, which isn't worth the toilet paper it's printed on, tells you don't look into it. And yeah, there's allegorical content in the Bible that can teach you some moral lessons, but guess what? You want to look at it from a fucking little nursery school fucking baby's perspective and see it all as literalism, you're dumber than you fucking look. And that's where most people are still at when it comes to religion. Just clinging on to nonsense, never opening their mind, never expanding it into something greater, never fucking looking beyond the little fucking bullshit box of consciousness that you're fucking endlessly trapped in because you're a moron. Stop being a moron. You can change that condition. You can change being dumb to being intelligent. You just got to work at it. You can change being weak to being strong. You just got to work at it. You could change being immoral to being moral. You just got to work at it. Being dumb, being apathetic, being lazy, being cowardly, being immoral are not human nature. They're conditions. They are capable of being changed, and you got to have the wisdom to know what is nature versus what is a condition. This is why I'm so angry. This is why I've been trying to explain this to people for 17 fucking years, and I still have nothing morons telling me I forgot more than you'll ever fucking know that you have the right answer and I don't have the correct answer. Fuck you. You're incorrect and you're clinging on to a religion, and what I'm telling you in this fucking presentation about the difference between an artificially created conditioned factor versus what nature is the absolute truth. You can take or leave the Anunnaki stuff, because I'm not going to say this is absolute truth. Yes, there's a lot of evidence to support it. And there's an enormous body of material to study regarding this, which most people don't, and that they want to just talk out their ass and say, that didn't happen, because our archaeologists would have told us that happened. Yeah, because the fucking powers that be that don't want us understanding our origin story, because that would empower us to understand the current human condition, they have no resources and money to pay people off. They egg-headed so-called scientists that fucking allegedly practice archaeology, you can't go up to them, right? A massive globalist, elitist Satanist could never approach some egg-headed, fuck-faced archaeologist with like a briefcase with like 25 million fucking dollars inside of it and say, you take this and go have a nice life, and you're going to give us that thing that you just pulled from the ground right now, or they'll find your body floating in a fucking river next week. And it'll be like, oh my God, his brakes failed. No, because they can't do that. That's impossible. That's only shit that happens in movies. They didn't like murder Stanley Meyer for inventing a type of cell that could fuel a car by the breakdown of water into its component elements of hydrogen and oxygen, power the car on hydrogen, and the waste product is oxygen. No. He happens to be one of the infinitesimally few people that's just eating out in a restaurant and suddenly starts telling you that he's been poisoned. That has nothing to do with the water fuel cell. Zero. That only happens in movies, folks. This is how dumb people are. This is how fucking retarded this mud species called humanity is. Even today, people still associate height with power for this very reason, especially the conditioned woman. Conditioned women have traditionally tended to flock to the men who controlled the most resources, since that would lead them to a more comfortable way of life. That's what they're seeking. They're seeking comfort, creature comfort, an easy life, not needing to struggle, not needing to not have resources. And they immediately, ancestrally, women have associated the height with the beings who are the unchallenged gods of our society. And that goes into the ancestral DNA. Not only did they teach their daughters to do that, and then that goes into their children, it goes into the actual DNA of subsequent generations of humanity, as much other knowledge does and is proven to do throughout all of the animal kingdom. And we want to insist, it's just the way of the world, Mark. Why are you upset? That's just women's nature. And the guys, the men who are getting hurt the hardest by this form of fucking mind control, conditioning, and slavery are the ones who advocate the most for it. You're dumb fucking mud shit apes advocating for your own fucking faster and deeper enslavement. You're not even on your own fucking team, moron! You're not even on your own side. You're fighting to have yourself enslaved faster and harder. Fucking morons. Another thing that the conditioned woman hates in our society is real confidence. See, that's what I have. That's what I have. I have true confidence. I know that I know what I know. Let me say that again. That's called epistemological confidence. I know what I know. I don't say I know nothing. I take pride in what I've, through meticulous effort, come to know. And I know why I know it. I know why it's knowledge and not just speculation and opinion and bullshit. Women hate that. Most women despise and detest that to their grave. They've been socially conditioned to detest true confidence and true intelligence in most men. Not all of them have bought into it, but let me tell you something, folks. The vast majority of them have. And folks, that's all the time we have this week on What on Earth is Happening. I know it was a rant fest, but we'll continue this next week with part 9, and I'll try to get deeper into the slides, earlier on in the show. But I knew that I had to express a lot of this week. Thank you for watching. I'll see you right here next week for part 9.